line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Well, race fans, if you wanted a treat today, I think we've got you all settled in for this one. This is a treat and a half today here as we are in Chicago, Illinois. And today, we're about to present to you something brand new to the show. Not just the track, but also the car, the Porsche Cup 992 here on Pizza Racing TV for the first time ever. And the track they chose, the Chicago Street Course. That's right, the track that will be bringing NASCAR to life here in just short weeks. Is going to get a little love for some drivers from across the world, and only one American, many Canadians, some Englishmen, Australians representing this one, as well as those from the European section from Germany, Spain, and all them encompassing. They have come today to bring it to you guys here. Also representing from Ireland as well. There's a lot of European talent, names we've never seen and never heard before, about to bring you a heck of a show here on PT Racing TV. So welcome to the show, presented in part by our friends at Suellio Almeida MotorRacing.com. And starting with the grading order today here, we will start it with, on the pole, the number 60, it'll be Philip Hammer. The number outside, the 81 is Ben G. Peterson. Run number 2 in the 41, that is Tiago Neves Pereira. His name is going to be brutal, guys. I'm sorry in advance. I'm an American. Help me out here, Europeans. The outside of that 76, it is Thorsten Seifert. Row number 3 with the 85 of Corey Lazarus. The outside in the 97.7, it's Felipe Staffarelli. Row number 4 is the 210 Salvatore Garantonio. That was 210, and the right's great. Early in the race. The 79 is Alexander Wilford. The 42 is Alexander Redhead. The 115 will be Michael McLeod. Kenny Eckert. The 496 to 183 is Niall Killen. And David W. Clark in the 188. I hope I got all those names right. Let's get racing, everybody. Right at the start here, Philip Hammer immediately getting the beautiful jump start out of the gate, throwing it all down on the wire here. Ben G. Peterson, Tiago Neves Pereira trying to get right up to speed, trying to get up to par as they move their way through this streetly winding course. Down to the Chicago skyline, down to the skyscrapers and the towers above, rolling their way through bumps, cracks, ridges under the road. Everywhere you go, there's going to be a lot of hard racing surface to make out from. Michael McLeod, a little bit of troubles there off the corner there. Looks like he ended up smacking the wall around. I do not have a system for the map here, unfortunately, so there is no map I can show you guys. I'm just going to have to work with best I can here. I'll tell you where they're at on the track right now. Currently shifting their way through the height sections here, the very hard passing corners down to the stretches. They'll shoot their gap in between and throw their way down around. Alexander Wilford and Alexander Redhead and Kenny Eckert have a little bit of a go with Niall Killen also in that mix. 3-car battle here as they are hard charging for the A spot. Each corner you start rolling through, each turn, each power-based maneuver will end up sending you into trouble zone there. They're a little bit of a hard breaking point, and Kenny Eckert learns that the hard way. Mistimed his shot. Ends up slamming the tires down there out of the corner, manages to recover nicely as he continues to roll down. 14 laps still to go in this one. Man, you want to talk about hard hits there, guys. That was a nasty little hit. Took a bad little lick there and just couldn't quite get it out of that mix and out of that mess there as they field him right down across the plains here. Philip Hammer right now still your race leader. The driver represents from Germany. Oh, and that's not going to help him out any at all. Slams that wall off the corner. That's going to slow him down just a little bit. Gives Ben G. Peterson a little bit of time to catch up there with him. As Tiago Neves Pereira right now still trying to get up there and pace and power as well. These drivers getting right up on that wall there. Leading their way back on around from the corner ends here, down the straightaways. Currently, Ben G. Pearson trying to stay in control. Corey Lazarus in the 85 looking to rank his way down. Rolling down again, and guys, I do apologize if I mess up some names here or mess up on who I'm chatting about here. Not quite used to some of the names of the drivers. Again, obviously there are European names, and I am an American, so it's kind of hard to kind of say them sometimes. just because of the way my accent and the way I am in general. But so far, got to give the credit where credit's due. These Porsche Cup guys right now, honestly, I'm pretty impressed with them. They've been pretty solid, pretty stable out of the get-go. They seem to know what they're up to and know where they want to play it out right now. So I will mention as well, there's supposed to be a Pro-Am in the standings table here set up. Unfortunately, we were not able to get that taken care of here and put onto the broadcast. So I do apologize for those drivers that maybe were waiting for that or expecting that. I promise you we'll be working hard to get that fixed this week here and hopefully give these guys a little bit more of a showing. I'm still not quite sure how that works or what we're doing with that, but we'll let you guys know when the time comes. I'm just trying to imagine when we actually throw an actual Cup car on this track here, how the heck are they going to be able to move through these winding turns? Even these Porsche cars, these are road course cars, are having a time maneuvering through this place. Corey Lazarus still right there on Tiago Neves Pereira right now. Looking for a little bit more runoff. Tiago, give him credit where credit's due. He's doing a great job keeping his distance up, keeping his momentum down. And I'm also apologizing real quick. We didn't have time to get the new camera system set up, but at least you got a good camera angle on that one. Ouch. Corey Lazarus just went bouncing off the walls like a pinball machine. I don't even know how the heck he got out of that mess. Oh, my word. Field right now from the back to the front, just trying to find a way to keep up there with Philippe Emma. Again, this is their first sprint race of the day. It's 15 laps. Remember, we have a 30-lap race coming up shortly. Alexander Wilford here. Looks like he's doing a pretty solid job here, kind of keeping his game plan up to par and keeping strategy in there. But he's only got one position up. The driver out of the German end of Europe. That's at least what I'm getting from the flag. He's got a German, and then I think that might be Switzerland's flag there. No, that's not Switzerland. Excuse me. I'm drawing a blank on that one, guys. I apologize in advance. Maybe you drivers can figure it out in the comment section. Let me know where you're from as well. Maybe I can help kind of explain where you're from here. But I got a lot of, like I said, got America represented here, the United States. You got Canada. You got England and Ireland represented. Germany, Australia. I can say it for sure on those. There's just a few of them in there that I don't quite know where they're from, like Salvatore Garanto. Salvatore, I am sorry in advance if I just completely messed your name up, buddy. But he's right now currently got a little bit of a different nationality to him as well. But he is currently with some of the heavy hitters all across the airplane section, trying to see if he can keep up with these guys. And honestly, these cars, as they continue to wear and tear the tires out here, the burn of the fuel will definitely give them a little bit more of an opening to kind of run off from. Makes it that much more interesting as we're down only 10 laps left to go. And every corner, every turn, just looks like they're just literally just plowing these things in the wall. Michael Bollinger says it's going to be fun to hop onto the plane to Sweetport, Montana tonight. Then he also says, let's see PTM Racing League here next season. Michael, I doubt highly we will ever see the Chicago Street Course with the Pedal Metal Racing League. I'm not saying it wouldn't happen. I'm just saying I doubt it very likely. Oh, my. Alexander Redhead, man, talk about throwing some will to the wind and caution to the drive. Michael McLeod almost taking a nice little corner off from him there. And if you think this is easy, too, to race around, guys, what do you want to remind you? Like, do you see how tight some of these corners are? I've been showing you guys, like, TV coverage footage. This is literally what the track looks like and the cornering they have to do just to even make it around here. This is truly the toughest of street courses to narrow down and to gap up. I always said that I thought Long Pond honestly was hard enough. I think I take it way back. I think I gotta owe that track an apology. I mean, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love that track. I absolutely love racing on it. Gives me quite a thrill. Long Beach is what I meant to say. Long Pond. I swear the comment section is going to have a field day with me on that one. But no, Long Beach, I thought honestly was the toughest of the street courses we have in the iRacing venue. I think I might have underestimated just how tough Chicago is, honestly. Just a winding, tough little track and a tough little cornered off place. And so far, Benji Peterson from Australia trying to get to the German Philip Hammer. He hasn't been able to quite keep it on him there and keep up the momentum. And Philip, honestly, he's just been pretty much laying low this entire time. He hasn't had anything to worry about. The only thing he's worried about is just driving his own run, driving his own line down here. 8 laps left to go. And notice how hard he gets on those straightaways. He gasses it up and then just plows it through the corners. It's almost like just kind of a pirouette, if you will. Have to be interesting to see when we got about 30 laps here for these drivers to have to go at it with it. Alexander Redhead right now, currently trying to get there to Michael McLeod here. Drivers kind of tasting up a little bit here. That's about a 139 lap difference between those two. Are hidden well into the 140s, 150s where they can get the cars up to full speed. Thorsten Seifert right now hitting a 143 that last time by. When he's on the straightaways there, these guys are gaining so much ground and power, but again, the cars just aren't quite up to the same stuff though. Trouble there. Trouble off the corner, unfortunately. Salvatore to the back of the back, and now he's really trapped in that mix. Take a look at the replay and see what the heck happened here. Repeat Team Race TV Instant Replay shows all and tells us all. And Salvatore, oh man, he just got whacked. Got whacked himself into the tires, and all of a sudden just got taken by Alexander Wilford there into the corner. Take one more look at it. Right into the corner, man. Just had nowhere to go. I mean, where was he supposed to go? Once you're trapped in that line, he just smashed right back into the ground there, and then all of a sudden, just trying to hold on for dear life. Wilford will move up 2 spots now. He moves himself into 7th. Meanwhile, Alexander Redhead and Michael McLeod now going to go back together here and battle it out. Philip Hammer still your leader by about 4.5 seconds ahead as he's rolling up with only 2 laps to go. Or excuse me, 7 laps to go. I thought it was 10 laps per minute. No, it's actually 15. I apologize in advance. So they have 15 laps here, and then they have a full 30 lap race coming up. Going to be interesting to see just what happens when you give them 30 laps to go at it on a track like this and on a course this tough and grueling in nature. And we got a lot of tracks too we have never visited. We're going to be visiting with these guys as well. If you're not even on this channel and you're not following us and liking us or subscribing on our YouTube, you guys are missing out. We're about to showcase a whole lot of road courses and a whole lot of new, crazy, and cool tracks you've never seen before. I promise you it is going to be one heck of a ride, so stay tuned with us. Big here, McLeod too, just the way he kind of bounces off that wall, just trying to straighten the car out. Thing just does not want to grip out, doesn't want to hang tight in. You can see the scrapes and bruises those things are taking. They are taking a lot of damage out there. Even the race leaders are not too scared of that either. Look at the 41 there, that damage on that left side. I'm surprised he's honestly still even able to run as hard as he is. I would have thought the damage would have took a little wear and tear off him there. Brett Logue says, good afternoon, sir. Happy Father's Day if you're a dad. Brent, I'm not quite a dad there, but I appreciate at least giving us a happy Father's Day here. Happy Father's Day indeed to the folks out there, from our producers to our friends and family out there that are also been watching us live here on the show. White flag looks like it is in the air as well, by the way. So it looks like, yeah, actually it was a white flag out. I think we may need to get that fixed, producers. Can we get the overlay fixed, please? Live timing sheets tell us we're way off here. I don't know if that's just my end or what's going on. I'm pretty sure I saw that white flag out. Yeah, that's a white flag out there. Unless iRacing just added a brand new flag here and I wasn't too sure. Yeah, I thought it was 10 laps to the distance here for the first one. I know it's a bad time when you guys hear the broadcaster say he's not even sure how many laps there is when these live timing sheets are literally lying to him here. My apologies in advance, guys. Nevertheless, Philip Hammer right now. Just a couple corners to go. Up the hill, down the slope. Checkers are out. And this for sure is going to go to the number 60. Philip Hammer, the first winner this season in Pedal Metal Racing and the P10 Racing TV's end. What a one for the Porsche Cup Series driver. NG Pearson going to take home second. Tiago Neves Pereira going to go home fourth. Thorsten Seifert going to go fourth. Fifth is Corey Lazarus. And that will mark down our top 5. The rest of your drivers right now trying to just get it around the rest of the track here. Apologies in advance there for a little live timing issue. I was going to say earlier as well, we do have Pedal Metal Racing League coming up after this event today here. Of course, I'll be live at 6:45 Central, 7:45 Eastern Time. Or if you're in the NST time, it is 9 o'clock when you will be seeing us go live on the broadcast. Don't worry, it'll only be about an hour and a half long at the most. And now, honestly, a track like this, you don't want to miss it. Fontana, California, 80 laps to the distance. Well, the final drive off there clears our gaps in. Warm-up time is now in session. We'll take a look at the results here, though, before we enter into that. I mean, we got to really kind of talk about this for a second. I mean, this was pretty much, in my opinion anyway, a very superstitious kind of little start here to the race. Because, I mean, really from the get-go, Philip Hammer just pretty much took it right to the line, took it right off the drive there. We then see Peterson making a good charge there as well, taking home second. Tiago going home for third there, really staying in control of his own destiny. Thorsten Seifert and Corey Lazarus, you know, in that top 5. But then you got to think about Felipe Straffelli. Again, guys, I'm sorry. Alexander Wilfert, Alexander Redhead, and Michael McLeod, and then Salvatore Garantio. Both drivers just kind of get themselves into a bit of a nasty little scruffle, nice little situation there. So, I mean, right now, anyway, these drivers, this warm-up session, they're going to need to get all the time they can to rest, or the time they can just to get some laps around here and figure this out, because this is going to be a very tough little deal here. And always, race fans and friends and drivers alike, we've said it before, we'll say it again. If we mess your name up, just simply private message us. You know where to find us. You can find us here on our Facebook and just put a message up saying how to actually say the last name or your first name. I'm pretty sure I've messed up a few of your names already today, so. Nevertheless, we're going to get ourselves to the 8 main here. A standing start coming up. Just about 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm interested to see if anybody has anything for Philip Hammer here. He was pretty much taking control and putting it all on the line. He's got a long, long road ahead of him, though, if he wants to be the #1 driver on top of it all. The speed, the endurance, and the level of control is about to show itself up here. Let's send it down to our grading order today. So this is it. Feature time here, race fans. And on the pole, Alexander Redhead, number 42. It is outside. And the 79 will be Alexander Wilford. Row number 2 is the 977 of Felipe Straffelli. Row outside in the 85 is Corey Lazarus. Row number 3 is Thorsten Seifert. In the 76 outside the 41, it is Tiago Neves Pereira. Row number 4 is the 81 of Benji Peterson. The outside number 60 is Philip Hammer. Row number 5 in the 115 is Michael McLeod. The outside in the 210 is Salvatore Garianto. Row 6 is the 193 of Nayu Killen. And the outside of the 198 is David W. Clark. Final starter, Kenny Eckert in the 496. Field of drivers now ready to patrol and ready to roll. Looking for the lights. Flick those lights on. Drop the hammer down. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Bit of a switch up in the order. It means we're going to have some racing here. Oh, we're going to have more than just racing. Felipe Straffelli right into the wall there off the corner. Right side damage severe. Looked like that right front just got buried into the tire there and destroyed out of the gate. Alexander Wilford taking the early advantage. Track position extremely huge here, and already it's starting to make a bit of amends here. $30 laps to the distance here, running them down the straights, running them down the corners here. Every driver right now looking to hold their weight and hold their spot down on the track. Nowhere to run from and nowhere to run out away from either. So close and bunched up together, really. I'm kind of surprised that when some drivers even figure out a way to make a pass, they're able to do as cleanly as they can, at least for what it's worth. I mean, that's right now the way this track looks for my American friends. This is like driving on a Martinsville with even tighter corners and even a harder run to deal with. So if you thought passing was hard enough here, I think you might want to rethink that. I think you might want to rethink Martinsville a little bit. It's hard enough. This one might be a little harder to actually pass. The drivers, though, they've been clean. They've been pretty conservative. They haven't tried to put each other into the grass pits there or into the receptive barriers. So that's one thing we got to give them. Running it down right now. Tiago, Philip, and Benji Peterson right now. All those drivers in that clutch. Remember, Philip won the first sprint race, I believe is what it's called. I had it as heat number 1, but I believe it was a sprint race, actually. This is the main race itself, the feature event. This is where you really start to put your work and talent inside that car and inside that cockpit. Wilford, still your race leader, having a great control, great drive down around the lines and around the positions here, trying to hold them off as they continue to make their way through the paces. Benji Peterson, number 81, still running it right back on around here. Philip Hammer dealing with company there as well, back behind him there. Ben trying to catch up to him a little bit more, looking for some more grip and some ground. Phil looks like he's just got an intense, no nonsense kind of fear to his name and his look right now. The way he's muscling through corners, the way he's powering off the distances, and looking for every little bit of run he can just get to try to master up the clutches of this kind of track and this kind of racing ordeal. Talk about a big track too, just really some of the impressive little corners and some of the impressive little areas we're just running through. I know NASCAR obviously is going to have themselves one heck of a hit with the fans in terms of like who gets to see the show and who gets to really watch it out, but I tell you, watching this race, I mean, I can't imagine if they ever had headlights off on these cars. How the heck would they be able to see anything out here, man? Those corners are so tight. I have much more respect for the drivers that run in the night lights with tracks like this. Full credit and respect to them, I'll tell you. And right back on the outside right now, looks like Thorsten has some company. Niall Killen right now looking to try and scoot in. That might be a little too much of a scoot. Slap down the wall. Niall getting out of it. The Englishman taking a little clip there at Thorsten, the German. Cypher can't be too happy about that one. Took a bad little lick there, unfortunately. Ends up costing him some time. Here is your P10 Race TV instant replay. That was certainly not what those drivers had planned out. Rolled it right into that corner. And then as you can see right here, it got dragged right along the lines there. Nothing he could do about it as they straighten themselves back up and round back onto the track. Cypher would be on the receiving end to lose it out. Killen right now trying to kill it a little bit more and build more speed back up to catch up with the rest of the field. Kenny Eckert, more troubles down there as that 496 comes to a bit of a dead stop down there. David W. Clark, though, wasn't able to compete, so we only have 12 drivers in this field and set. So right now, currently lap 4 of 30 put on the track here. The rest of the field currently trying to maneuver their way down off across the plains here, down across the stretches. Alexander Redhead right now, keeping his gap, keeping his control up. Philip Hammer also in that mix here, and this still seems like more as we go, the harder it becomes to really take control of this kind of race, because again, once the tires start to wear out, they start to burn up a little. It really starts to be a little bit more tighter and a lot more on the verge of madness versus what we usually see, which is usually tires get a little bit slick out of the gate, a little harder to control, and then once you're starting to tighten up those lines, well, then that's when it started racing. Alexander Redhead, Benji Pearson still in their gap zone. Philip Hammer's moved a hard charger up a little bit, 4 spots up. The number 60 is not backing down. Corey Lazarus, though, he's making a bidding. He's making a challenge. He wants to race lead. Alexander Wilford trying to hold him down right to the right side. Big jump from Lazarus to the corner. That's a tight corner. He's shooting up from Vic to the gap. Fights the gap. Got to the corner. Lazarus, your new leader. Whoa, that's some excitement right there. Alexander wasn't expecting him to come out of that woodwork, but Corey takes control. Tiago Neves Pereira going right in that move as well. As Philip Hammer runs this gap down, trying to get ahead back into this fight. Corey Lazarus, though, man, talk about making a killing out there. That was a big move, an extremely difficult corner to take it from. But once he opened up the gates, he had no choice but to get right into the mix. And now that's exactly what happens. Alexander Wilford and Tiago are in a bad spot. Both drivers getting clipped up. They're trying to avoid him. Wilford and Tiago finally able to get going. But what the heck happened down there that started this chain reaction? Oh, my. What on earth had that happen to become this kind of situation? We'll take a look at the replay. Rolled it in the turn, and Tiago, that's a slight tap there. And you can see a little help from Philip. Wasn't much he could do. I mean, where was he supposed to go? But nasty little situation, unfortunately. Kind of transpiring, and the old rubbing is racing, unfortunately, doesn't quite pertain to these cars. You can't really rub them. But you can sure bump, I guess. And that probably was not what they meant to do. Tiago just gets him loose and sends him on his way to the Shadow Realm, and both drivers right now trying to gain back traction from it. Certainly not what the heck they were expecting or what they were wanting to see. Felipe Straffarelli right now. I'm trying my best, guys. Currently trying to stake there with Salvatore Garriental. Gapping up the bridge right now after that wild little situation of circumstantial positioning here. Philip Hammer 2.5 seconds back of Corey Lazarus. Let's take a look at the lap times right now too. I think it's really will kind of show you what kind of speeds they're getting. Lap 6, like I said, at 126.172 for Lazarus. And you can see that gap bridged up big time on Hammer. Hammer with that mistake that he had at work through there. Lost a lot of ground. And when that big push came, Lazarus just capitalized on it. And that's big. That's beautiful racing and spotter momentum there. But this time, oh, it's even faster. A 125.743. But guess what? Hammer was just a little faster. 125.13. That's some speed, my friends. Peterson and Hammer right now, they're looking like they may have a little something to catch Lazarus, but Lazarus needs to stay calm and focused. Don't let the drive fixate him around. Don't let him get too out of his situation, out of his boots. Salvatore and Felipe right now going right back at it with one another. This is your battle for 6. Felipe right now looking carefully around for an opening, looking for a shot in the dark. Salvatore just looking to stay out of trouble. Man, those guys just do not give an inch, nor do they really mind to. It's hard to believe too, guys, like this is an actual street. Like this is actually a road that Chicago has in their own backyard. I just cannot believe it for the life of me, guys. That's crazy to me. I know I've been a bit of a, kind of a little bit of a, I don't know, maybe a jerk at this track, but I will say, it is a very beautiful track. It is a, you know, I'm not a city guy by any means, but I do like the look of the city and the way they've rendered it here in iRacing. And speaking of liking the look, Felipe liked that look there on the inside of Salvatore. Salvatore didn't like it. In fact, right back in. Alexander Redhead and Michael McLeod as well. Those drivers very close together on the gaps. You can see the distance not far between each other. Just a little bit of an opening or two, kind of spread out on the thick of the woods and into the span, and maybe might have a chance here. Still has to take control and make some moves here. So right now, currently leading him back through the corners here. Fredhead and McLeod still gapped up a bit there. Lazarus, Peterson, all of them dealing with each other. Lap traffic now in the way, I believe, right there. We're right back around right now. Actually, I take that back. That's not lap traffic. That's actually Corey Lazarus. Sorry about that, folks. I completely lost track where we were at. Philip just found a way around Lazarus, and I was just saying, can anyone tackle the hammer down? It looks like Philip just said, nope, not today there, my friends. The German driver right now throwing the Australians to shame. Lazarus and Peterson, they are all right on his corner, right on his back end, just trying to find a way to get up to the front end. Oh, man, you can just hear that car just taking a beating. And one wrong move, too, and overdrive it, it's going to get them into some serious trouble down there. Screaming their way back onto the stretches here. Looks like Peterson trying to get there to Lazarus here. Meanwhile, back in the pack right now, Salvatore and Felipe getting represented quite well here. Salvatore right now just trying to keep Felipe back in that mix and back in that hunt. Meanwhile, Thorsten, Cypher, and Anayo Killen, well, let's just say those drivers earlier on had a little bit of trouble down there. Killen backed down a little bit. Cypher found a way around him again. Took control. And now looking to try to manage out those gaps up. That corner right there, I don't know what it is. It's kind of almost like a winding carousel past the old monarch there, that horse. You see just around the statue, just making it roundabout. It really throws every driver for a bit of a loop, and I think really in many ways it kind of throws them off quite their game plans here. Now they did add an update to this track as well. They did update a little bit of the surface as well as update the layout. So that's one thing that makes it a lot harder to kind of maneuver around and have to deal with. And I think that really kind of adds the overall challenge to it with 18 laps to go too. We're going to be seeing some more and more drivers trying to figure out how to master that challenge and master every little bit and piece of this racetrack. Phillips still your leader right now. Corey and Benji right now look like they're going for whatever they can, trying to get a gap or two away from the race leader. That sharp right angle there, man. Oh my word. I didn't even realize like how sharp some of these corners actually are. Like, they weren't joking on that road course when they set it up the way they did. Some of these corners are just sharp right-handers, man. Oh my word. Either sharp right-handers or some extremely sharp left-handers too, like this one up here. Yeah, as you couldn't tell, it just ends up taking a little piece off the car. Philip got a whole good lead on these boys right now, and he's already increasing it. Look at this. 125s? Nah, that's not good. Now, how about a 124.732? That is nasty. That is a fast, quick, paced-up lap, boy. Oh, I would not want to be anybody right now that named Philip here trying to catch him. safe to say he really got this track figured out, and safe to say I think he's really kind of dialed this thing up into the ground. And it's left nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing on that table. Collapsing around the gas right now. Looks like Felipe, Salvatore, and Thorsten right now looking for a bit of a bridge off. Those three drivers closely guarding the line, closely regarding the tables here. Momentum is key, momentum is power, and there's nothing you can let off from it. Trying to straggle along a little bit more, looking for a little bit more conditioning. Each driver right now just knows they can't let off on the other. Yeah, something we don't talk about too either much on this show, but because usually we're on the oval side of things here, but that braking, you see those rear differentials, they brake so hard that they are actually catching up a light. You see them kind of catching on fire a little bit. See if we can get you a good look at them right here. Currently on board here with Thorsten Seifert. Look at that right there, right on that back rear wheel there. You see it? Look at the light up show there. It's lit up and then it'll cool down for a second and it just gets written right back up because they're braking hard. And the harder they brake, the harder it gets to control these cars because they're going to be trying to screech, they're going to be trying to scratch around. Schiaparelli right now, after that smash and the damage he took on the early set of this race, really hasn't been trying to hang back from there. He's been just kind of pushing his luck and pushing his limits out as hard as he possibly could. Try to make the best of his situation, the best of his run. And honestly, I think it works out quite well in his favor, the way this is going. Michael McLeod right now, probably not trying to bleed out any more of that speed or any more of that power. At this point, might have a few bucks taken out of that car here because they got some work to do to get it dialed up again. Philip Hammer still right at this moment, just trying to stay in conditioning and in control. Leading his way back down around off the corners and through the stretches. There's just nothing nobody can do to this man. He's almost like an Iceman out there. You just can't break him. You either gotta light him up and then literally burn him up, or you're gonna have to just hope that he makes the biggest mistake ever, because he's been clutch from point A to point B. Although those brake rotors, oh boy, those rear ends, man, those things were lighting up a bit. Cars a-blazing, cars a-bumping. Towards Stifer right now. Looking for a gap off. Looking to try to bridge it from Felipe. Thiago right in that mix too. Look at this on the right side this time, not the left. Sneaks his way in. Thorsten didn't quite get the momentum though. Have to bridge it back off. Nice transparent crossovers there. I say transparent because they were both transparent with one another on where they were going to be able to make the speed and the gap up. Time running out a little bit here, and time starting to really take aim. 13 laps remain. It's just been an absolutely wild little showcase here for these drivers and all these guys trying to put on a little bit of a show there, and that's what we were going to get a little worried about, was how long would the tires last. Salvatore getting right up into the wall and sends it down right at Felipe, and Felipe, unfortunately, just nothing he can do about it, man. Just got taken for a bit of a turn and a bit of a corner. We're going to try to take a look at the replay, but a hot battle ensuing right now for that position. Salvatore trying to deal with Thorsten. Thorsten trying to push his luck. Looking to shoot the gap in. Those big wings back there certainly are what make these cars so incredibly harder and difficult to really maintain control with. They gain a lot more speed and power, but they're also literally just designed to throw you for a bit of a curveball down there. We got to take a look at the replay and see what exactly happened there on Salvatore's end that got him into that mess in the first place. Yeah, I got way too tight, and I got right in the wall. Once he refired, then it was all Seifert right there, just coming right for him, trying to siphon him off. Thorsten did everything he could, but just couldn't quite get it to go. Thiago, probably about the same boat too, right about on the way it's looking. Thorsten now looking back in. Thiago watching on. Thorsten, oh boy, it seems like they're just getting right up there with one another, but I keep forgetting they're just smacking the wall, not each other. It feels like they're hitting that car, honestly. The car's just taking a bit of a beat, a bit of a damage buster, but it's not even that. It's just them smacking the wall around a little bit, and that's what's getting them so acquainted and a little bit out of control. One driver out of that loop and out of that lineup, trying to get a number on him. I think that might have been Alexander Redhead. Yeah, that is Alexander Redhead. What's happened down there? Wilfred out of the race, and remember, he was leading it for a bit. He's done. He is completely out. I'm not sure what happened here to Redhead, though. A lot of drivers retiring in and retiring quickly here. I don't know what happened to that 42. I don't know if he ran out of fuel or what happened down there, but he did not get the car very far after that. And it looks like he's trying to find a place to hide right now, or trying to find a place to get out of the way. That 42 right now has got a problem, and it's a big one. Remember, there are no cautions here. They are basically just little track cautions. Just letting drivers know, warning, there is somebody over there. Unless it bars that 60, though, I don't think he really cares all that much. 10 laps to go. Phillip is just driving the wheels off this bad boy. Benji Pearson moving right into the second spot. Corey Lazarus was your leader. Lost it down the track here as checkers are out. Philip Hammer, well, he'll take the win here. They're calling it on him. Philip Hammer wins this one. So your race winner at Chicago Street Course, ladies and gentlemen, for the first race of their season, Philip Hammer taking it home and putting on a show. What a performance for him and his team, and really, what can you say about the German? Just taking a few marks and putting it all on the line. Major, major victory there for him. We gotta see some burnouts. Well, looks like he's getting ready for them. Yeah, I think we're going to see a little bit of some donuts and some burnouts here. I think he wants to try to show what this Porsche Cup car can really do. A great perspective and a great run there for him. There it is. There they are. Everybody having a little fun down there. Philip Hammer wins it. And that will bring us to our results today. So Philip Hammer, your race winner today here. Benji Pearson going to go second. Corey Lazarus third. Salvatore Giarantano. Again, if I say your name wrong, guys, just let me know. Just go ahead and message us and let us know. Thorsten Seifert, Tiago Pereira, Nio Killen, Michael McLeod, Felipe Stratfarelli, and Alexander Redhead round out the top 10. The rest of the finishers on your screen there. Some not quite able to make it the distance as they wanted to here. What a long, long fight out for these drivers, and a whole lot of speed and a whole lot of kick up from everyone that put onto the show today. Just kind of take a look at the last minute results here again. Just let me look at this results here, guys. I mean, what can you say about Hammer, man? He just took every little bit, every little drive, every little spot. Took it all in stride, never had to worry about it. Pearson and Lazarus, they did everything they could. You know, Lazarus led early. He looked like he had a great run there after that mistake that Hammer had got into with the other drivers. And unfortunately, it was not enough time. Alexander Wilfred there, unfortunately, getting in, I believe, with Tiago. And after that, it was just a nightmare for these guys. And man, from there, it was just whoever could hang on, whoever could breach the speed, whoever could put the power up was taking it home. So a great showing, nevertheless. A wild race, to say the least. And I believe that will just about do it for your coverage today, race fans. What a show and what a time it's been. We appreciate you all, and it's been awesome here to see here in Chicago. We head somewhere new next time out on Pizza Race TV. Where new? Well, I'll give you a little hint. We're heading to Mount Panamera Circuit. That is gonna be a show. Until then, race fans, we've been live here on Pizza Race TV. Thank you all so much for watching. Happy Father's Day out there. If you can't make it to our next show, we'll see you here soon when the green flag flies.